tax deductions, tax-free income, monthly revenue, drill baby drill, fracking, shale, horizontal drilling. All of this is just words I've never heard before. All of this is confusing. I've never been around, in, or listened to the benefits of oil and gas. The fact of the matter is, it is a very unique asset class. The fact is, it has not got a great reputation when it comes to those who offer investments in this space of oil and gas exploration. We have a very great opportunity in domestic energy in this country. We have figured out the solution. We have found the key that unlocks the wealth of domestic oil and gas exploration and production in our country. We found it through technology. We found it through innovation. We found it through capital rotation. What we've done as a country and as an industry, the oil and gas industry in the United States, is we have figured out how we can become the largest oil producer in the world. Now, I'm an investor. I'm accredited. I have $1 million net worth. I'm sitting out here looking at all the investment asset classes that are there. I'm looking for tax deductions. I don't want to pay any more taxes than I have to. I don't mind paying my fair share. I think I can use my income and retain it through the tax rules that are provided by Congress and the IRS to maximize the value of all the hard work I've put in, and I can do it better than the IRS using my money if I give it to them. So we have rules, and Congress has passed laws, and we have IRS regulations in place that says if you have an income and you want to keep that income and invest it yourself to try to improve your net worth and your wealth, well, there's all kinds of rules in place that says if you will drill and participate in working interest in domestic oil and gas wells, and if you do it and file that correctly, you're going to get massive tax write-offs and tax deductions relative to the rules in place. And today, in my 41-year career, I have never seen a more favorable tax environment toward oil and gas investors. See, I like to make money. I'm Troy W. Eckard. I'm chairman of the board of Eckard Enterprises. I've been doing this since 1985. And I know one thing. It's not all about net worth. It's not all about income. It's also about being successful at what you do. It's going away knowing the decisions you make are basically cornerstones of a life, a portfolio, a net worth, and a legacy that you leave to your family. How do I do that? Well, I have to figure out what I'm good at, what opportunities that exist, how I learn about opportunities that I'm not familiar with, and then using the rules of the game that I play in life, right? And how I can create the greatest value for me, for my time, for my income, and for my family's future. Oil and gas domestic exploration has been provided some tremendous tax deductions because of the congressional laws were passed, the previous laws in place, and the current one big beautiful bill and what they did in that bill that suggests oil and gas investment is probably the highest tax deductible asset class of any asset class in the country. If I, as a high net worth investor, invest in oil and gas exploration called working interest, and I do that in this year, based on the rules, if it's structured correctly, I can take a dollar for dollar tax deduction. I put in $1 million in working interest and participate in drilling a well or wells. And if it's done correctly, I can turn it over to my accountant or CPA and I'm going to get 100% tax deduction. Well, whatever your tax bracket is, that's going to give you an immediate savings of anywhere from 30 to 37% of that $1 million that you're going to get to keep instead of giving to the IRS. The remaining difference, what I would have normally paid to the IRS and I now have invested in that working interest, now I have to rely on my common sense. Did I choose the right oil and gas company to drill with? Did I choose the right sponsor that is offering investments because they're honest, they have a track record, they have antecedents, they can demonstrate and clearly show me transparency that says they're successful, they've been successful. See, that's the hard part. The hard part is there's not very many, if any at all, that are successful, that have a track record, that have the components I just described, transparency and access and details and sources and use of funds, et cetera. There's not very many out there. So I'm going to have to navigate as a high net worth investor. I'm going to have to navigate this tremendously valuable asset class with all the income and all the value. And the fact the industry today, oil and gas industry drilling horizontal wells is about a 98+% success rate on drilling wells. Other than mechanical failure, we're making wells every single time. So I'm not worried about the exploration risk. I'm more worried about the business risk. And the business risk is the who. Who's going to give me the advice? Who's going to put that drilling working interest opportunity together? Who's going to give me the correct tax information? Who's going to distribute my checks? And has the terms of the deal been favorable so that when I do hit a successful well, my checks are actually a fair return and a great return and worthy of investing in an alternative asset class such as oil and gas domestic exploration? That is your most difficult part of this entire equation. It's not what's provided. It's not the tax deductions. It's not the tax-free income. It's not the IRS rules. It's not the one big beautiful bill. It's the who. My company has been around a long time. I started my career in 1985. I have been around for 41 years in domestic exploration. I have an incredible team that works at my firm: geologists, engineers, landmen, accountants, staff, compliance. We have an entire fully integrated company. We deal in mineral rights, we deal in working interest, we deal in pipelines, but most importantly, we deal in human capital. And it is the sophistication of our investors, the sophistication of our partners, learning and working alongside our company to achieve their objectives. And that objective is, I want to be in energy. I highly suggest, if you have an interest in oil and gas and the domestic energy space, you get with your financial advisor, CPA, those that you trust and entrust with your decision making and your income and your future development of your net worth, and decide, is this appropriate for you? See, I'm not here to offer you an investment. I'm here to offer you a consideration. And the consideration is, start looking at domestic oil and gas as a way to add value to your overall net worth in your portfolio. See, I think the oil and gas industry does a terrible job at marketing the value that we have. And what I want to do is spread the word that oil and gas is a tremendous asset. It has tremendous benefits. I just described them. I'm just one guy. I run one company. I have a great asset base. I have a great portfolio of clientele and assets that we own. But one thing I don't have, I don't have enough time to educate those with high net worth incomes and high net worth values. I have very limited time to inform you what a great asset class this is. So my goal is to do what? Is to get these videos out and tell you this is something you should be watching, paying attention to. And if you qualify and you're sophisticated, you should probably find somebody that you should invest with. I'm Troy Eckard. I'm chairman of the board of Eckard Enterprises. I'm super excited about our industry and the future of what we're doing. And I want you to know about it. I want you to learn about it. And you might consider doing something about it by becoming an owner and investor in the U.S. domestic oil and gas space. You guys have a great day, and thanks so much for your time.